In the previous episode of Mesh is a physically strong boy who lives in a society where magic determines someone's social status. Unfortunately, Moves is unable to use magic turns a straw despite his advice. Father reacted to avoid the city Moves adventure and gets into trouble with the police. Rule magic or rescue Moves, but they are soon discovered by the Mech's police. Engage in a battle with Dread and finally shows him his brief power. Proposes a deal he won't. Denounce them to the capital if it moves. If make the visionary divine and give him the wealth that comes with it. The School of Magic is a prestigious institution. History that year after year generates the best mages. The entrance exam is notoriously difficult, where less than 3% of the candidates are approved. Only the supreme mages can enter. Remembering, Move has no magic power configure. This year's edition, all the bigwigs of magical society who are present. Honestly, too many to recite. Everyone is getting ready for one. Prestige Academy is needed like this. How is he thinking this to himself? Even he hears a lot of noise. Yes, it is. Messes with your usual routine. Is an exam for admission to a school of magic. Because he is lifting iron in the middle. From the countryside everyone asks this, even making the chair invisible. While reading a muscle book, Claudio is perplexed. It is unbelievable thinking that Moves nor is interested in passing in the exam. Meanwhile, soon the father could wait for the results and stay discreetly standing behind him. Brad, are you sure his plan will work? Even giving a fake scar, well, distinct from the truth, announces the start of the exam with a dramatic entrance appearing in a burst of green flames to show its tetrality and present itself. Despite from his youthful appearance, he has already mastered countless advanced spells. Vaccine with the compliments, but its moment, it lasts a little while when it moves and observes, saying that it must have been hot to emerge from the flames, and Cloud promptly puts it on his first blacklist. Cloud tells him, sit down, but there are no accents. He alone wanted to show off more and create with her earth magic. He is prepared for everything. Once again, everybody is surprised by this, but he could have them take into a classroom to start. Claudio does not leave the words of Move bother him a lot, believing that there is no such thing as a lazy person like him. Pass. They finally start the test, and when checking the papers see that the questions are squirming around. Claudia enchanted the role by making necessary because she thought this would work. Kindly asks the symbols to stop to move, but unsuccessfully. Frustrated, he breaks the quill pen. He asks again what works now. Surprisingly, speed one after the other moves from somehow found ways to pass tests. Claudio, on the other hand, becomes more and more irritated with apparent lack of effort in moving. The attempt to challenge him, Claude invents a complicated maze with several traps. Like the next test, the students have 30 minutes to solve and reach the end to pass the test. To move, it looks like this will be another easy test. A girl called German if approach him and use the famous I need be protected, and also something about efficiency to accompany you. Move maintain his neutral attitude towards her throughout the path towards neutral. Diabetes, rotten hands, or something neutral. Stumble a stone neutral. Fall a neutral hole. He's not sure if that's the efficient she meant. All of a sudden they hear screams and shakes and wants to investigate, but then Lemon uses his wand and obviously handcuffs bind Move her, or was she cheating from the beginning? What a surprise. She needs to keep it far from a rival. The human force does not will break free. Party hatching a little while he runs away. She wants to stop him, but it is addressed by some Egyptian deity who has a puzzle for her. 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at night. What must this be? Creature. He disarms Lemon immediately, so she can't use magic, requiring an answer to her riddle, but she is in such a panic that she can't think right. The divinity is about to finish her off and she thinks about screaming for help, but remember her deceiving Saitama, so it must be her punishment soon. Before hitting it, Move smash it to base, moves and returns to save her. Moved by her desire to prevent, she experienced the same fate as him. His selfless act, he earned point of charm despite Claude's best efforts to sabotage Move. He is surprised when they reach the end of the labyrinth, just in time, breaking several walls of 1 meter thick. Even the director notices Move's skills as the cheating accusations swell the crowd, demands that it move and leave. It is ready to give up because everyone doesn't think sure you complete a maze if you weren't lost, though Lemon comes to his defense despite threats from Cloud. She confesses that she intentionally impeded the progress of Moves and that Claudia had promised pass her if she got something too about messes marry her, but it's all one mistake on her part. He just offered her a ride on the back. Claudia admits that she has the right to mess up those he doesn't consider worthy, and Lemon is one of those people. His parents are poor and passing the exam is a way for her to earn money for family, but Claudio uses it against her. He's pretty gross with the two swinging and waving their wand if they want contest your decision. They are directly defying big words, but Move doesn't care. He just break the wand. The twist is unexpected of events leave all really stunned, announcing that he will be supervising the final phase of the O exam. First student to be evaluated who enters in a room full of important mages. The director is curious about why interferes with his choice of academy in, to which he replies that it is because he wants to live in peace with your family. The director observes that Move is the type to act for momentum as seen by your actions. During the exam, however, the director asks if it Moves considered that it can be opponents stronger than him, or situations where his actions may not be effective in illustrating your point. Director asks what Move would do if face a much stronger opponent, mighty, who has not yet seen how he, even for example, the atmosphere in the room is tense like ancient spell cast, overwhelming even other mages. Gifts is a powerful enchantment that transfers the soul of the most loved person in the target on a fragile-looking doll. Moves tries to break the knife, but starts to bleed. The director's strength is too much superior to himself. Moves realizes that needs to change its approach and becomes an endurance competition in hope of surviving. The director who spell must also be training. You're worth protecting someone weaker than he. The director recognizes his strength intentions, explaining what you wanted to test. The character moves at the end, moves and passes with praise, and the room lights up with applause. The welcome director officially moved the prestigious A School of Magic despite facing many challenges. Moves and managed to pass on exams. Your first class at the academy. It's more basic spell, the spell of opening locks. Just open and it's open. Move it, do the enchantment, and also manages, maybe not in a way magic as intended. However, it explains that he's not the best with magic and there's a hard road ahead. Has nerves of steel. Even his peers start to notice that moving is dangerous. Hello, I'm definitely the character. Secondary, I don't want to have any trade association, but as soon as he find his room, the door is not there. Messes back with its shenanigans. His name is Athline, your new colleague from room. Moves also appears sweating normal until he starts showing the muscles. A permanent student and the academy pairs new students with old ones to help Move. Ask how they became divine visionary. You have to collect gold coins. Tests courses